Is it soup yet?
Hey, it's time for Thursday Night Soup. Join
That's
Doc,
right.
co-host Jeff Kendall, and many
That's
other
me.
famous celebrities as we discuss
We
music,
have celebrities
movies,
galore.
and just plain
move.
cause havoc across the internet. And now,
Sure.
get ready. Let's welcome Doc Dockist.
Yeah.
I want my Thursday night soup now!
And it is time for Thursday night soup because it's Thursday. Yeah. And we do have celebrities here. Get out. We do. Amazing. Tonight's program is brought to you by Ding Dongs.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, they have icing on them like the Hostess Ding Dongs.
No. It's snack mix.
Oh, snack. Okay, it's not the original Ding Dongs that used to come
Snack.
before. Yeah. Okay, those are new Ding Dongs. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I hear somebody at my door.
I don't hear your dogs.
Well, it's all these ding dongs.
Oh, okay. Oh, Ding Dong. Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh boy.
And they taste.
You just pop them in your mouth, and it's a whole new ball game.
Now you grimace. You grimace, Doc. Did you not like them?
I knew I was going to need this.
Didn't it say for cats on the package?
Let me. Yes. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Jeff Kendall. He's there. He's there. Yeah. Tim Allen. Yeah. What's that? What's that thing? The older the fiddle, the sweeter the tune.
Absolutely.
By Rod Serling?
No.
I don't know. I can't read it then. Oh well.
It's an old Irish. It's an old traditional Irish saying.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was your Irish Spring.
And I like it too. Oh, we have a Gurr.
I'm not a celebrity. I feel more like a celebrity.
No, you're a celebrity. You're a famous person.
I was fixing the brakes on my car, and I got dirt under my fingernails, and then I'm a mess. What can I tell you?
Okay. Well, whatever. Okay. Don't forget the lava. Let's see who's watching us today.
You love it.
James Farley is out
Charlie,
there.
hi, James.
Yes, and George. Like
George.
4 seasons. Is
George.
also here. Yes.
George
And-
by George.
Yeah. I thank you all for coming.
you welcome.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Welcome.
We promised you some real good entertainment tonight, so don't tune out.
I don't promise anything.
Oh, come
Speak
on.
for yourself.
Probably the best option right there.
No, first we're gonna tell you about the weather. Yesterday was like 90 degrees here. Today it's like 65.
Wow.
What the heck's going on with the weather? I had my air conditioner running yesterday. Today I just put the heat on.
Right now it's in the 70s here because it rained, so it's nice and cool. It's going to rain again, so there you go.
Oh dear. Don't be angry with me. Jeff is good Maine. Good Maine? Okay, fine. Okay, so we will now begin the show and entertain you thusly.
Yes.
Somebody say something so I can have some ding dongs.
Well,
Ding dong, ding dong.
have a ding dong, Doc.
These are the ding dongs.
Oh, Ollie Perry's here too. Hi, Ollie.
Can you
Northwest Passage.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, is that a Gordon?
I know that one.
Northwest Passage sounds like a Western.
I don't know.
That might
Matt
be.
Man is out there. Does
Like
anyone else want to I'd like to share my ding dongs with somebody. Here, Jeff.
Is that another Canadian snack?
I'm afraid not. These come
Okay.
from like India.
That's just what we call our politicians.
From India?
I think so.
Do they have like fried grasshoppers and stuff in there?
Yeah. You wouldn't believe the stuff in this bag. Ooh,
It looks tasty.
indeed.
What are
Yes.
those black spots? Are those spiders or what?
Put that down. Okay. It's a good thing I opened it up before the show because it's not open. I had to cut it open.
It's 40 degrees in Tuktoyaktuk.
40. What?
Ooh, the height of summer.
Yeah, beach blanket tuck.
Yeah.
It was 80 degrees up north.
Be smearing the sunscreen on.
Yeah.
We had the sirens for tornado warning go off yesterday. It was weird.
Mm.
I don't like the Batgirl theme. You try singing that thing. Ew.
I don't remember the Batgirl theme either. With
Yeah.
lyrics.
Batgirl, Batgirl,
I
Batgirl.
remember an instrumental version. I don't remember vocals. But,
Oh
yeah.
yes, oh yes. There's
Yeah.
vocals to it. There's
Okay,
words.
well,
I know she always had her theme, you know.
that was a long time ago. So
But yeah, I didn't know there was a.
Oh yes.
Oh, there is a song. Yeah, because they
Well,
play it with putting on her makeup and wig and all that stuff. Yeah, there is a song.
It makes dogs bark.
it does.
It makes cats howl. And
Who is that
Oh.
man who plays the bad?
Guess.
Donny
I
Osmond.
imagine.
Crazy Guggenheim.
That's true. That's true.
Somebody else. You have one of his videos queued up.
No,
Okay.
no, I don't want to scare anyone away.
No.
It's too early to do that. Jeff Kendall, I believe, has stuff he wants to show.
Do I?
Oh,
Do I have a couple of things I have to show? I guess I can do that. Yeah.
I guess you could do
I-
First, I have a couple of really good. These were thrift store items. These were 99 cents a piece. And
What?
if you like Chicago, the group Chicago. This is a
I
great album.
that's the first one.
Yeah, 99 cents. It's 2 albums on 1 CD. And also, I went out on a limb. I got a CD that I wasn't sure about, and it's not bad. This guy's name is, the producer.
Yeah.
This is his pop music. It's kind of let's pop jazz. It's not real bad. It's not real hip hop kind of stuff. It's pop jazz. It's very listenable. And I like to read. There is a zine out called Midnight Marquee. It's a horror zine, and they talk about old books and everything. And they have also the Midnight Marquee Press. They have a bunch of books. So this is the Midnight Marquee Actors series I've been reading on, and this is a guy named Vincent Price.
I've heard of him.
This is a book about all his films, and it's got a deal about his television shows and his also radio work and all that kind of thing. There are 3 other books in the Midnight Marquee Actor series, and they're right here.
Ooh.
Go see Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney Jr. Those are really good books. I've been enjoying those. I've been enjoying this, and that's all I have so far.
Wow, good for the spooky movie gang. I want to make sure you had something before I passed you by.
I do actually.
Oh.
Nothing. Well, one thing great, but I'll show the not great stuff first.
Okay.
My thrift store had CDs this week, 4 for 99 cents.
Wow.
Because they're trying to get rid of them because it's the same CDs they've had for
For
months.
years.
So I picked up this mainly because I actually don't have any bread.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone
the
must have
bread.
some bread
I'll
on.
have to find a cheap copy of that somewhere.
That's
Yeah.
worth $0.25. And I didn't
Yeah.
even realize, but they added a bunch of songs to this for CD.
Oh, that's the best of album. Okay.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's anthology.
Oh, is it anthology? Okay.
I think.
Oh, I thought it was just the best of bread.
Oh,
Whatever.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
there's like
I think
20
that's
songs
anthology.
on it.
That's the same cover they
oh,
used
Terry's got it.
for the
Yeah.
Superman album. It's the same cover.
Yeah.
And I picked up the Beach Boys Made in the USA.
That's an early compilation with the new
This
song.
might have been the first thing ever on the CD by the Beach Boys.
Okay.
It's really early. You can tell if you look at the back of the disc, it's got that ring around it.
Yeah.
That marks an early CD.
Wasn't there a couple of new songs on there too?
California Dreamin', their big
Yeah, their
hit.
version of.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not great. Then I picked up 2 by Nancy Griffith, who not enough people know about. She was a really interesting singer-songwriter. She passed, unfortunately, a bunch of years ago. Picked up that one and this one.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, for $0.25 apiece.
I guess you can't go wrong.
No.
No.
And then I went back to Target because I told you guys last week that they had a bunch of albums on a shelf in clearance, and I told you I passed one up and I had reservations, so I decided to go back and see if it was still there, and it was, and it was even cheaper. It was marked down again.
Oh, okay.
So I picked up U2 18 singles, and can you see what I paid for it?
$12.99.
Yep.
Now
And it's these 2 records. It's on orange vinyl. I don't really see how you can go wrong.
I think that.
And they went back today to see if any of the other stuff was marked down any further, and it wasn't. But all of these were gone. And I got a feeling one record store in town bought them. That's what I think. Because why wouldn't he?
That's wonderful.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Sounds good.
I only paid $5.
Yeah, the same.
I had the CD. I probably paid 99 cents for it, but I got the vinyl, which is better than CDs.
Yeah. It's bigger. And sometimes thicker.
Wait a minute. I've got a few people to catch up on over here.
Hi.
Yeah, Robert P. is over there. Hello.
Okay.
He's watching his mom.
Hope your mom's getting better.
Yeah.
Hi, Robert P.
Yeah. See, Sanford and Son has no words to it, but I'll bet that might be on that one that.
Me?
Yeah.
The this one, the Quincy Jones CD.
Yeah.
Now the theme from Ironside's not on this, but it's from his later stuff. So
I downloaded the theme from Sanford and Son the other night. It's on that site I told you guys about with a billion other songs.
Well, even Stephen Schnee is here. Hello, Stephen Schnee. Did you bring Santa Puppet with you?
Santa Puppet's on his vacation.
Oh,
It's a long vacation.
maybe he went outside. I don't know. Anyway, hello, Stephen. Gert, did you have anything you want to share with us?
I have nothing new, but I can show you something in keeping, like I showed Rolling Stone stuff last couple times. So I do have some things on order. I've got actually supposed to be released tomorrow, the new Doobie Brothers album. It's coming. And then Alice Cooper Group, their album. I ordered the album, and then they have a special box set which comes with a CD a 7-inch record of bonus tracks and a T-shirt.
Woo!
I ordered that too. So, but that's not released until July, so I have to wait for those. But in the meantime, I thought, because I was showing Rolling Stone stuff, I thought I would show this record.
Oh,
This is the anniversary edition, and it's got it's not showing up so great on camera, but it does have the lenticular photo on the front there. And it's not really showing up on camera. Well, there you can see it a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say wiggle the album so we can see them move.
3D.
Yeah.
And the Beatles are on here. The 4 of them are on here.
Yeah.
And if you ever get the album, you have to find them, but they are on there. So this gives you the mono and the stereo pressing, and when you open it up, you get but it doesn't end there, because you can open it up again like this.
Oh my gosh.
And
yes. I see it now. Yes.
Oh no.
And you get the an inner gatefold, CDs, and a little booklet here. There's not a heck of a lot in the booklet, but it just kind of gives you some different things, pictures and stuff. And there it is. So this was the 50th anniversary release. Well, that's that's a good photo. I like that photo.
Yeah.
That's a better than the Mind Games Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I'd show that as one of my Rolling Stones acquisitions. A lot of this meets with mixed reviews. Oh, it's numbered too. I should have pointed that out. There's my number.
Oh.
Handwritten too.
Mixed reviews or mixed reviews?
Yeah, mixed reviews. I mean, there are some weirdness, but there are actually some good tracks on this as well. And I actually like this. Not that I'm a big fan of it, but I do like it better than Between the Buttons. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah.
Wow. That's my favorite Stones album, Between the Buttons.
I never really warmed to that one, but not that I warmed to this one either. But yeah, it is. But hey, it's good. It's it's nice that you get the CDs and the albums.
Yeah.
In one purchase. Take note, Apple.
Yeah.
I'm sure Apple is taking note.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do this. That's the note they're taking. Yeah. Anyway. So I thought I'd share that with you. That's it.
Oh, okay. Are we done now?
Yeah, you can take your glasses off.
Yeah, because I'm getting a headache. So.
You think?
Oh, and while I'm up here, I said,
what are you thinking, Doc?
I don't have anything new to show, but I've got something old.
Okay, what do you have us old?
Let's see. Look, it's the Marvin Gaye Anthology.
Okay.
Marvin.
I have a CD like that.
Marvin.
Not that one, but similar.
Yes.
Marvin.
2 dips of Marvin Gaye goodness.
Yes.
Yes. Somewhere in here. Yeah, there I am.
Now, is that contain his material after he switched to Columbia Records as well? Was that
There's a lot of songs on there.
Okay, because he had a couple albums on Columbia before he died. He got killed.
What's going on? What's going on?
Mercy, mercy me. Yeah.
You don't get this kind of entertainment on Canadian Stud Muffin.
You don't.
No.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I know. You think you'd see him tell you to buy ding dongs? It'll never happen. It doesn't happen. Oh, look, Kimba's here. Hey,
Kimba.
Kimba's here.
So did you just buy one little package of ding dongs or more than one?
You don't really want to know.
Did you buy a case of it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, heck no. No.
I think ding dongs is like a theme of this show.
Because they still make Hostess ding dongs. See in America?
It has nothing to do with Hostess ding dongs.
Okay, that's fine.
It's supposed to be a snack mix. So.
And this from India.
Yeah. We have a lot of foreign food in our supermarkets lately, so
Okay.
yeah. Is that made in Japan? I don't know, but
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
there you go. I got too much in the Rolodex. Sorry.
Yes.
That delay was due to the streaming. It wasn't Doc.
Yeah, it was.
I got hard rain for $1 today.
Oh, that's your favorite artist, Doc.
Hard
Yeah, I know.
Hard Rain, Mr. Dylan.
I don't.
Island. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Paul, do you prefer the mono or stereo LP of the Satanic?
I don't really know. I don't listen to the album enough to really make a call on that. So I'll go with whatever the popular opinion is. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
It's fine. It'll work.
Oh, they did? Okay. I remember they were covered in foil. You know.
I remember this. Oh, but hi, DC, by the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, they changed the name of Ding Dongs to King Dons, but did they change it back?
I don't know.
No. Did they?
I quit taking my lunch when I was in high school. I would go get my lunch, so I don't remember whatever they're called.
It seemed like the only reason they changed it was so they could have an animated character to
have a cartoon.
commercials. But after that, they might have called it Ding Dongs again. I don't know. Yeah. I look like I belong on Devo or something.
You look like Elton John.
Yeah, that too. Yes. Those ding dongs are Filipino snacks. Aha. I knew they weren't from America.
Oh, your ding dongs. Okay.
These ding dongs, yes.
Not the American ding dongs or
No.
ding dongs or whatever they're
This
called.
doesn't look like snack cakes. Come on.
No.
Every handful's different.
Oh, really?
New ball game.
Yeah, it looks like little cubes of something.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
I'm gonna put on my 3D glasses.
okay. Ooh,
There we go.
looks like what you find at the bottom of a bag of chips. It's a little bits. That's your. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
he's still got the 3D glasses on there.
Well, yeah, I didn't buy this. I've got this used. I wouldn't buy it until they had the 3D glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And they haven't even been knocked out. Like they're still attached. So I'll buy that for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
This isn't a bad album. I didn't like it when it first came out, but when I revisited it here a few years ago, I was like, yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad album. Shining On's a pretty good song.
Is that the one with Bad Luck?
It's the one with Locomotion.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It came out after we're an American band.
Mm-hmm.
I remember buying it
Album, actually.
really quick. An animated ding dong would have been a little unsettling. Oh, what?
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, they're from France.
From France.
Oh, your ding dong.
Yeah. Yeah. These are similar nuts.
Corn nuts are good, but they're just a little loud. You know, crunch. You know, you try to watch a movie and you upset everybody.
I don't know. They're just kind of weird. This looks like a cornflake.
What would have happened if we took corn nuts and put them in a bowl and poured milk over them?
Wait a minute. There's one really weird one in here. See if I can get it. Okay. I gotta blow myself to show you this one.
Okay. What's that one?
Okay, hang on.
Ooh, it's a
Dried peas.
is okay. It's not a rabbit.
Rabbit.
They're little green balls.
Yeah.
It's rabbit droppings.
They're a little salty.
Rabbit food.
But they're not bad, those things.
There's not many of them in there. All of a sudden,
We can buy those separately, like a little.
Are those wasabi foods or wasabi peas because they're hot. They'll open up your sinuses.
Let's find out.
Rabbit food.
Smoke coming from out under his collar.
Shut up, Jeff.
We might hear that fart sound without the old man jumping up.
That is a great GFRL.
Yes.
Yeah. I said I didn't really like it when it first came out. It just seemed too commercial. But when you listen to it, aside from Locomotion, it's a pretty darn good album.
After all, they did turn commercial at that point.
Yeah. Well, we're an American band, kind of blew the door open for them. So.
Oh, who doesn't like bugles?
Yeah, bugles are good.
Oh, bugles are wonderful.
Yeah, bugles are good. You can eat those till you're sick. I mean,
Yeah, and you put them on your fingers like
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Time to get out a bag of milk.
Yeah, there you go.
I had to play the senior card this morning to get a bag of milk because nobody had it on sale. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you had to swipe your card.
I've been wasabi'd.
Wasabi. How many more wasabis are in that bag? Did it say?
Yeah. Well,
you got to dig for them. Okay.
That's what. Not Kato. Good thing I'm not on Jeopardy. The Lone Ranger's buddy.
Yeah. Kimo Wasabi.
Yes.
Kimo Wasabi. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Wasn't that terrible?
Tonto.
Jason.
Oh,
Jay
Toronto.
Silverheels.
Yeah.
Jay Silverheels. Tonto.
Jay Silverheels. Not Ed Ames. Ed Ames was the other guy.
Yeah, Ed Ames was Mingo.
Yeah.
They are.
Exactly. Yeah.
They are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Little Merlin hats for your finger.
Yeah. Doc, take a big.
The Doomsday Machine in Star Trek. That big floating bugle was.
Yeah, that was a big paper mache thingy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine calls it the giant.
That's one of my favorites.
Here we go. Doc, Ollie, get a big bite of them. Yeah.
No.
But he wants to finish the show, Ollie, because he might.
He can mix them in
the
with
show to go on.
Yeah. Make his eyes cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Yop, that would be safer, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Candy corn for me.
Bugles are like candy corn. 2 or 3 is enough. That's it.
That's right.
Wow. You buy a bag of bugles and you're done in 10 seconds. Okay, I've had enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Take it away.
The little bags are like about 4 bugles in the bag.
I was going to say about $4. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Nobody is a big fan of candy corn.
It's
you get that on Halloween and you dump out your bag on the floor and there's all these stupid little triangles and yellow with a little orange on the end. I don't want those things.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were fine. But the weird thing is, I like the little pumpkins and ghosts and cats and stuff. They were the exact same thing, just bigger. But I really liked those. But the candy corn, I didn't like so. And it's exactly the same stuff, just in a different shape.
No, thank you. Well, there is good candy corn and the ones that are slightly sweetened wax.
Wow. Okay.
No. All right.
I think it's getting hotter here. My goodness.
I don't know. Sun's out here now. It's been gloomy all day,
Mm-hmm.
rainy and stuff. I was supposed to walk to the grocery store today, but I didn't want to get wet.
You don't have an umbrella?
I took the car.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Especially when I was going to carry like big boxes of
Big
cornflakes.
boxes of cornflakes and ding dongs.
Careful. In another 5 years, that car will be broken in.
Yeah.
Bags of milk.
Mm-hmm.
Brock's is the best brand for candy corn.
Yes.
I don't know.
That.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find much candy corn talk.
No,
We're
they're not
getting
out there very
near
much.
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's coming up. It's ways away. So
In case you were wondering, gee, should I buy some candy corn? What kind should I buy?
the yellow kind.
The good kind.
Yeah,
There
the
is
yellow kind.
Salt and pepper.
give out ding dongs.
Have some more, Doc.
Or just plain.
Have
Shut
another little bite.
It's not a bite. It's
A little,
You gotta
yeah.
find the one that's shaped like Jesus, and then you can sell it on eBay for big money.
oh wow.
Oh,
I see more little peas in there.
oh, have a couple of those.
Come here, you. No, missed it.
Oh,
This is great American entertainment, kids.
yeah, he's digging in his.
Digging, looking for a pea. Yeah, finally.
You can have another one. Now have something with it so it'll kind of deaden the the hot part.
They're hard.
Obvious.
It's like eating marbles or something.
No,
You're
it's like
just
eating a mouthful of Red Hots.
oh,
It's worse than eating a mouthful of Red Hots.
that would be deadly. But I'm sure the kids would like dried peas in their
Red
Halloween.
Hots were cinnamon. They were just
Yeah,
spicy, but they weren't hot. They were sweet.
yeah.
I guarantee that's not sweet.
No.
That looks so tasty. Don't it? Mmm. Wait till next week, kids, or Sunday, I should say, because I've got another bag of fun snack.
Oh, you bought another bag of ding dongs.
Yes, and no, it wasn't ding dongs. It was another one,
Okay.
and they were cheap. So, like, come on,
They were good, were they?
I can't find it. Oh, they were 98
I'd buy
cents.
that for $1.
Oh yes. The only place where you'd find ding dongs on YouTube. I know. So if we're done with candy corn and records, now what are we going to talk about?
I don't have any controversial subject this week.
No.
Not this week.
No more Let It Be Naked videos going
No,
on.
it went over like a hot balloon.
Although, if anybody's watched his latest video, he does have a good point. There's a disturbing trend happening on YouTube. And
How disturbing is it?
Another one?
Well, there's these people that do these performances, and they're all AI performances, and who cares,
Right.
and blah 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 blah. But then people started reacting to the AI performances, okay? And what they're doing basically is they're trying to get views off of somebody. They're not doing anything but sitting there watching it, and then they're taking money away from the people that actually made the things.
Oh, like reaction videos?
Because they're watching your video instead of the actual video. But now the new trend is to react to somebody's reaction to this video. So you've got somebody on top, these people in the middle doing the video, and then somebody else on the bottom. And I'm like, what the heck is this, man?
There's literally no end to that.
No, you can have 35 people stacked up reacting to the reacting to the reacting to the reacting. It's like, what the heck? And he asked a good question. How is this legal? How can you just take somebody's content and do this?
For yourself. Yeah.
And then how could you do it again? How could you take that person's content that they didn't legally own anyway? And
well, I suppose if you're monetized, there's got to be a legal recourse to that, because they are if you're monetized and they're monetized, they're making money off of your intellectual property.
Well, exactly.
That doesn't seem right. That's got to be
it's not right. Even if you're not monetized, it's not right. But
it's plagiarism.
The thing is, it shouldn't be your responsibility to find them. You know what I mean? I mean, with all the bots out, if Doc plays 7 seconds of Let It Be, he's going to get flagged and blah, 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 blah. But yet these people can go on and do a 10-minute a cappella performance and have 2 people sitting there going like this, watching it, not even saying anything or going, wow, once in a while, and that's it. And they're totally fine with that, and that's not right.
Oh, I know something that's interesting. Matt Williamson at Pop Goes the 60s. He did a video. Was it yesterday on the complete Beatles? That 2-hour documentary that came out in 82. And he made an interesting point about it, that it was basically unbiased and kind of like it was unauthorized, so there wasn't any Beatle influence, censoring it. And he actually the most interesting point he made is that for people who don't know about the Beatles, who are curious, that's actually an excellent documentary for them to watch, because it's only 2 hours.
It's a good
to dedicate 8 hours or 6 hours to watch the anthology. It's actually a really good point. He says he raised the question. He says, "What do you think about the idea of the Beatles? Who the Beatles actually bought that, so that so it wouldn't be reproduced.
They bought it to squelch it, basically.
Yeah. So because they were coming out with the anthology and they wanted people to watch that. You see, so he said, wouldn't it be interesting if the Beatles put that out? He thinks there might be a market for it. He's not wrong in that. He might have a good point there about, there's a lot of people who don't want to watch a 6 or 8 hour anthology, but they'd be happy watching a 2-hour thing on the complete Beatles.
Yeah, it's like the Evelyn Wood of anthology.
Yeah, but and that was he had a laser disc copy of it. He likes.
I wish I had that. I don't know where he's finding it. He showed a couple of eBay things for like $10.
Yeah, I got the impression he sold that one for quite a while, but
I looked for that for a long time trying to find a copy, and when I could, it wasn't $10, so I don't have a copy.
But you can watch that on YouTube or that.
Well, no, I made a DVD of it fairly recently. Actually,
it's not hard to find online to watch.
I do own it now. I watched it, probably a couple months ago for the first time.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it again. It's been a while since I watched it. And of course, for those who aren't aware, Malcolm McDowell narrates it, and he, I like his voice, and he does a really good job. It's actually really well done for what it is.
And like you said, they do a better job than the anthology does at the beginning of the Beatles, showing how Liverpool was really depressed, and he said they did a better job on the breakup too. The Beatles sort of glossed over it and kind of fibbed a little bit, and and this tells you pretty much. So
for like 15 years, that was the go-to.
Yeah, on VHS.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing is that it came out like a year and a half after John was killed.
Yeah.
That's also an interesting perspective on it. That it came out that soon after John was murdered.
Well, he kind of pointed out
a special sort of thing going on there with it as well.
Yeah, he kind of pointed out in a way too that it was only like 18 years after they'd started that this came out. See, he didn't say this, but he was sort of alluding to it. They didn't have this godlike status yet, so you could tell the real story. Where now it's harder because now you get all these people. Oh no! I mean, they didn't have that then. They were just telling a story of a band. They were still.
Yeah, so anybody who's not seen Matt's video, go check out Pop Goes the 60s.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I don't watch all of his videos. I should, but I don't. But I did watch that.
Yeah, it's quite good. He did a good job, and it's only the video's only 10 minutes long. It's not very long.
Less
I had
than
it on
15
VHS.
anyway. It might have
It's worth your time, and watch the complete Beatles. You'll find it's easy to find online, and it's if you've not seen it. I think you'd enjoy it. It's like it's old.
The only thing, like you said, they didn't have, because the Beatles didn't do it. A lot of the footage isn't great. You know, it's blurry.
I was just going to say it was originally released. You know, it wasn't the greatest quality.
Yeah,
but
but
still very watchable. I mean,
no, it's watchable, but they could. The Beatles owned probably most of that footage and could clean it up and could put it out. I think if they wouldn't do it, but if they're redoing an anthology, which a lot of people think they are, throw that in as a bonus disc. Redo it. And
give it to Peter Jackson.
I got the impression that they just wanted to go away. You know.
I'm pretty sure, but that's what I'd like to see happen. I'm pretty sure that they want it to go away.
Yeah.
But we remember it exists, and we will let it go away.
Well, if they could clean up Let It Be, they could certainly clean it up.
But I'm not 100%. I don't think they wanted it to go away that bad though, because like Matt said, as far as he could tell, it was still on sale in 1994.
Yeah.
So they didn't quash it that bad, because they would have, as soon as they bought it, they would have said no, this is done. But
they would have had to find every copy of it and bury them in Arizona, so nobody could get it.
No, but he was saying the date on his Laserdisc is 1994. It came out on Laserdisc before that, but the date on his Laserdisc was 1994.
That's going to be the best version you can get of it, but who owns a Laserdisc player anymore, right?
I do. Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I
never did own one, so
it's probably where the one on YouTube comes from. I mean, all those
going to be a lot harder to find.
DVDs of Let It Be that used to be floating around all over the place were all from the Japanese Laserdisc. I mean, that's where they're from.
From where?
The Japanese Laserdisc. That's where all the bootlegs are. Because that's the best quality you could get.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'd want that version or not.
Yeah. I just got my first VCR in '82, and that I had to pre-order that complete Beatles.
I hope it has subtitles. I'm at the point in life where I need subtitles no matter what.
I never did. I remember for not buying it, but you can find it online. So
well, because I bought that and I found a used copy of Let It Be on VHS in a video store in Oklahoma City. So I was,
I missed one of those once. I've told this story before. I walked into this local video chain in Dayton, Ohio, and they were going out of business. So everything was on for sale, all their former rentals and everything. And they had a copy of Let It Be on VHS for $10. I just went, and I didn't have $10 on me. And I went to get $10, and when I got back, it was gone.
Yeah, my Goodwill has a bunch of my Goodwill has a bunch of laser discs right now, and they're not selling; they're just there. And the only one that I would be interested in, if I had a video disc player, well, they have a copy of that comedy movie. It's a Mad World on Laserdisc. That's the only one.
That's probably a 2-disc set, I would think.
Yeah, because that's a long film.
Yeah, I just found James's comment. I got a bootleg of Let It Be on VHS, but I don't know the source, and I don't think it was Laserdisc, because it's not that the quality isn't Laserdisc quality, but that could be just
Well, there's more. I'm saying the best ones.
Like the VHS could have degraded as well over years. So
I'm sure there's some from VHS too, but there were some Laserdisc copies.
And I also found
back in the 90s when I bought mine. So
in the 80s, I found a VHS copy of the John Lennon Tom Snyder show.
Oh yeah.
So that's out on DVD now.
But I mean, I think it was on a
Ringo in the same show.
Yeah, I have it now, but that
was that done in 73? Was that
75?
Oh, that was 75.
Mm-hmm. Harry was I think he was fixing to put out Shaved Fish because he had long hair, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was wearing the hat and yeah.
Yeah.
He
Mm-hmm.
was getting close to becoming a citizen, but he didn't know it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was very close, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he didn't know it. I mean, his lawyer talked half the time.
Yeah.
The other half of the time he talked, and
right.
He was making the rounds then. There's a much less famous interview of him on Good Morning America, which is fantastic to see. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that video on George. I didn't watch it yet, but I did see that come up in my feed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He almost killed it.
Yeah. Oh, that was the tour when he was that the one where he started losing his voice as well?
Yeah.
Well, it didn't take him long to.
So there's footage of him in that documentary, and he can't sing, because Billy Preston was helping him.
No.
Well, George never did have a strong voice, and so that's not. And of course, he was smoking a lot then too. Mm-hmm. That didn't help. He actually had commented on. I remember at the time he was smoking unfiltered cigarettes.
Ooh.
And that was really, which is stupid. I mean, probably wouldn't kill him in the end, but he blamed part of it on that as well. But he just didn't have a voice to sustain over that kind of rigorous tour. Yeah.
That's why you have a great singer like Ravi Shankar open the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ravi Shankar doesn't sing.
He plays the sitar. And then he did that album, the Dark Horse album, and his voice wasn't right yet. He was still, all that voice was shot. So he got that album for posterity.
It was still shot in a different way for extra texture. It was kind of it was too high in extra texture. It was like, I'm not doing this either.
He only did 3 Beatles songs during that tour.
Mm-hmm.
And he changed the In My Life. Oh. From the 2nd of November to the 20th December, he did 45 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Wow.
Says, I don't like this touring stuff.
Well, he never did. He never did like that stuff.
Yeah, so. That's not the way to go on tour.
No, he was the one during Let It Be when they kept trying to find a place to play. George was just like, no.
I don't want to go in.
He was the dissenter. No. Ringo didn't want to leave the country, but he would have played live if they could have found a place in England. George just didn't want to play live, period.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it at all. Yeah.
As long as they do it in somebody's backyard, that's all. We'll do it on the roof. Good enough.
When it's cold.
Yeah, in January.
Yeah.
Time to do it. Yeah.
You want to come up? You're not going to come up. Okay.
Oh, we have a special guest here. Puppy.
No, she's not. She's under the desk now, so she's
okay. Taking a nap.
She just wants love. She doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
Oh, shy.
Oh, okay.
Here she is.
Yeah, they do it on a cruise ship, at the pyramids, at some ancient arena in Libya or something. I don't know. They had all these ideas. Well, let's do it at Stonehenge.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
They just
yeah.
Travel. We'll just do it on the roof. Oh, well, made for some good reaction videos.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty noisy up there all day.
Robert P. must have vamoosed. He's not.
Well, he's watching his mom tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he mentioned.
So he's listening.
Hope your mom's doing good, Robert.
Yes.
It's had a rough go with her.
Yeah.
There was all sorts of good artists on Dark Horse Records.
I only know Splinter, and maybe a Ravi Shankar album or two. Now it's back now, and now it has a roster. Billy Idol's on Dark Horse now, among other people.
Because it's cool to be a Dark Horse. The scene with the butler, that was Mel Evans, the butler.
That wasn't a butler, and it wasn't staged. It was not staged. It was Megan
Cat Stevens is on Dark Horse.
Yep.
Is he? Now he wasn't then. Maybe now.
Yeah, he was on A&M back then.
Yeah, he was on A&M.
On Dark Horse too.
Who?
What's his last album on Dark Horse? Cat Stevens?
I don't know.
Let me see.
He put out 3 or 4 albums since he converted.
Oh, he's done quite a few, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, you fans of high quality entertainment.
You're on the wrong channel, Richard.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
It's actually distributed through BMG, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it is. I don't know if you can see it. This was his, well, it's the last one I've got. I don't know if he's got anything.
Yusuf.
It's kind of a kid's album, but anyway, you see the Dark Horse light?
Dark Horse. Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a kitty cat one, too.
Catalog, I think it's before, but you see, it's distributed through BMG. So, check out the label. I'm not sure what the.
Yeah, are there any hits on it?
Probably not.
Oh.
I mean, it's good though. I enjoy his stuff.
It's the
Doc,
what it
unless
is.
he's a 20-year-old girl who moves and dances, he's not going to have a hit.
Yeah, it's a custom label.
Oh, okay.
Look at green.
Green vinyl.
Green. It's the greenest dried peas.
It's not from France. It's
It's
green.
true. It's true.
Yeah, it's a fun. It's a story, and he's got illustrations. I don't know if he still does his own artwork or not. I'll have to read up on that, but it's just got illustrations throughout. Pictures and stuff, and telling a story. Oh, this is a neat one. Here you go.
That'll put kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's the people.
Look, it's the people.
The people.
I think that's Yusuf right in the middle.
That's Yusuf in the middle on it.
Yeah. Oh, Yusuf.
Yeah, I don't know. You ever heard the story when he decided to get back into music? He got so deep into Islam, and it was his own making, not necessarily Islam, but he just felt that he had to abandon all Western ways, And his one of his spiritual leaders told him, "Hey, that's okay. Like, there's certain things you shouldn't be singing about, but it's okay to do music anyway." It kind of got him thinking, and then he walked into his son's bedroom one day, and his son's had an acoustic guitar and he was just lying on the bed. So he sat in the bed, picked it up, and he just started playing Peace Train. It just came out, and he decided right then that, yeah, it's okay. I'm going to get back into doing music, and that's quite a few years ago now. But kind of a cool story. There you go. King of the land, king of our land.
Yes, I buy it today. There's a panel that is going to explode.
This is true.
Yes.
I've been buying his reissues as they came out. So I got quite a few. I don't have his later albums as Cat Stevens yet, but I'm kind of waiting for them to come out as reissues.
Indeed. I know what will get the crowd talking here. It's the commercial. Here we
Meet Major Matt Mason, Mattel's man in space and the bravest astronaut yet. He lives on the moon. We may all be there soon, and he gets around with a jet. Until Sergeant Storm in his red uniform, Major Matt worked all alone. Now, together, they face the dangers of space and seek to learn the unknown. The machines that they drive seem almost alive as they transport the adventurous pair. The new Astrotrack whips through the black, and Firebolt even goes where they meet Captain Laser, his space gear ablaze with energy stored from the stars. He's a giant, it's true, but a friendly one who spent his boyhood on Mars. An exciting place, the world of space, as all the astronauts know. This world is swell. It's made by Mattel. With it, how far can you go?
To the back.
I had one.
Okay, I had that big giant robot thing, but I never knew what it was called. Even then, I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they didn't show the
Matt Mason, and I didn't understand why he was there. But I got him for Christmas or something. And
yeah, they didn't show the spider crawler. I had a spider crawler that had
that was what I had.
I had a bunch of that stuff.
I had a spaceship. I had a space capsule thing that you put in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I had the little tent thing you blew up, a little shelter, and a friend of mine had the space station. We used to play with that. I'd bring my Matt over to his house, and we'd play Matt.
The Battle of the Mats.
Yeah. I had the 4 astronauts in Calypso.
Yeah, the green guy. Yeah.
Green guy. Yeah, the green.
Is green?
I think he was from France.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was fun. I used to play that all the time.
It looked like a ball with that.
But he was. I noticed that Matt Mason was smaller than G.I. Joe. He was
he was only Matt Mason
was the robot guy was about the same size as G.I. Joe's. We used to use him when we got into G.I. Joe's, and he was
Matt
like
Mason was only like
robot.
5-6 inches tall. Like it wasn't that.
He was like our Jaime.
Basically, it's the size of Gumby. It's kind of that same scale.
Yeah.
In fact, I used to bring Gumby in. We used to use our Gumbies.
Gumby.
Yeah, they used to beat the hell out of Gumby because he was a bad guy. But yeah.
There you go, a little bit of.
You have to find a Johnny West cartoon next.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say we could have got our Pokies and put Major Matt Mason on Pokey, and he could have been Major Matt Mason West.
Yeah.
Could have been in the Cowboys.
I never had the little army man.
I had friends that had them.
Yeah, I had friends that had them.
I had other weird things.
And yes, we did.
I had a little army man, and we had a fort one year. I don't know what happened to this thing. My parents, we woke up on Christmas morning. My parents had set it up like around the Christmas tree. This wooden wall thing. There was all these soldiers that were like hand painted, like and almost like Revolutionary War gear, and they were holding their rifles, and some were down squatting, and it was. They had it all set up, and I don't remember playing with it much, and I don't know what happened to it. I must have been pretty young.
I think we all had little green army men at some point.
Well, yeah. Well, they were like those were sold in supermarkets. You could, if you went to buy groceries with your mother, you could get a whole bag of those for like 79 cents at the supermarket.
Posted a link to a Johnny West commercial in the private chat.
We'll have that for next week.
Yeah, you can use that for
or
next
Sunday, whichever comes first.
Whichever comes first.
Whichever comes first.
I think Sunday comes before next week, but I'm not positive.
That does.
Well, I had to decide which way to do Johnny West or Major. I'll do Matt Mason. So. Yeah, I had the barrel.
Yeah, I had friends that had them. I had that stuff like the Fright Factory and I used to cook a bunch of bugs and take them to school.
Teacher, Jeff's brought bugs to school.
Bugs to school, and somebody went to go to the bathroom, and we put a bug in their lunch. Look at their spaghetti, and there's a bug in it.
You go to the Philippines. This is what you get for the
ding dong. Yeah. And you can actually. Yeah, you could actually eat those little things. That resin was edible. So
I know it's
Yeah, the incredible edibles. The incredible edibles were
Yeah.
edible.
Yeah.
This was like a bag of praying mantises or something.
Yeah. And another thing, Red Hots makes your milk turn red.
Red Hot. What's
Wow.
Red Hot?
Red Hot, the candy. Put a couple of Red Hots in your milk. You have red milk.
Is that number 2 red dye that kills everybody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Gilligan is done, so I had to watch something for supper, right?
What'd you watch for supper, Doc?
Well, looking for something like, what haven't I watched in a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Quest.
Oh, okay. So did you watch the Lizard Men?
Huh?
The invasion of the Lizard Men. That's the first episode.
Yeah, well, I've watched 4 episodes so far.
Oh, okay.
Somebody dies in all these episodes. People are dying.
Well, it's a cartoon, Dave, Doc.
Well,
Was it a guy you never saw before wearing a red shirt?
not exactly, but I mean, it's kind of an action show, right? But people are dying left and right. I'm going, how can they do this in a kid's cartoon? Kill people?
Oh, they're wicked, just wicked.
Well, originally Johnny Quest was a primetime series.
He was, yeah. But in a cartoon, they're actually killing people.
Well,
Oh,
let's see. The first episode was the Lizard Men. What was the second episode? Do you remember?
oh gosh, I watched 4 episodes so far. It might have been the Arctic expedition or something like that.
Okay, with Wet Out in the Snow. Okay.
I guess.
One of them was probably the Energy Eater, the thing that they had to was going through, with like fences and everything.
Well, I haven't seen that one first. My favorite one was the spider robot.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite episode, but I haven't I've only seen 4 episodes, but still.
Hey, not to change the subject, but did you notice my record shelf behind me has spaces in it now?
Oh yes.
Oh,
got another one.
Yeah, I guess because we haven't noticed what's going on.
I can't get the camera over far enough, but that's
another one.
Hey, I gotta get my 3D glasses.
That's the addition to my previous shelf. I added 2 more shelves, so I have some expansion room now. So that should last me till the end of July.
Cool. Until he goes record shopping again.
Yeah, exactly.
Other stuff, yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to do something more than that before much longer. But I'm gonna. There's all my CDs. One there behind my guitar amps, but I'm gonna call them out because there's a lot of those I don't listen to them anymore. They've been replaced by newer editions, or I just don't listen to them.
That's the reject pile.
Yeah, so I got to go through them and figure out which ones to put into storage, which ones to trade at the record store, that kind of stuff.
Oh, Tim, how is the first season of Doctari going?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen Doctari.
You got that wrong. He meant Flipper.
Or Flipper.
Oh, Flipper. I haven't watched Flipper.
Ooh. But you got it for 99 cents or something.
Yeah, but I haven't watched it.
You haven't
I
watched
try
it.
to watch movies. I spend most of my watching time watching films.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So
James wants to know whether you got those new shelves was because of the fire.
Oh. Techniques from 1978.
Wow.
Still works great.
Oh my God.
The interesting thing about the fire, it doesn't hurt my shelf. It just destroys my stereo. The shelf is fine.
Amazing.
It's one of those curiosities.
I found the pilot of Due South on DVD today. Wow, you are so lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the sunshine away from your collections, people. Yeah, because
It's just true.
it tends to warp them, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Fades the spines too. That's
Yeah. Ugh.
In the summer, I usually close the blinds because it gets so hot in here in the afternoon. I
Mhm.
just close my blinds and it blocks the sun. And
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Johnny Quest eats Quisp.
Oh no, because there are some Johnny Quest commercials online. There's a PF Flyers commercial. They're doing the tennis shoes, you know.
Johnny Quest wears PF Flyers?
Yeah, it's on the commercial up there on there. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, wow. That never gets old.
Mm.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
oh, I can see where my package is on a map.
Yeah.
ooh.
Oh,
8
yeah.
stops away. My package is 8 stops away. It's nothing exciting. I bought a portable hard drive for my laptop so I can put my music files on it. So when I am away, I can play my music through my laptop from my portable drive.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple of more Stone CDs coming
On
in.
a 2 terabyte SSD drive, so it should be enough for now. I'm not going to put everything on it, just the stuff I listen to most often. So.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Oh, what was that, Jeff? Yes. Didn't yeah, the Flyers go away some kind of wedge thing?
Yeah, in the shoe. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. Ugh. 8 stops away. Can still take them hours. Yeah, they got to stop for lunch, you know.
Yeah, they're usually pretty good. They're in my neighborhood. They're 2 cul-de-sacs away.
If Kimba is still out there, I would like to know if she remembers Barney Bear. We'll see.
Why, you have Barney Bear?
I got 26 cartoons of Barney Bear yesterday.
Oh, okay.
In good condition, too. So.
And you're gonna show one?
I think it might be under copyright. But
Okay, you can't show one. Okay.
yeah, maybe later. But yeah.
Supposed to bear Barney. That's a whole different thing.
Oh, Kimba does not remember Barney Bear.
I've never heard of Barney Bear.
No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
He was under MGM, like Tom.
Oh, okay. Tom and Jerry. Okay, because I remember Tom and Jerry.
Reruns on TV.
Yeah, Barney Bear.
Oh, right.
Barney Bear in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Barney Bear? Really? I never heard of him. I gotta look him up.
Barney Bear, he was a lazy son of a gun, and all he wanted to do was sleep, and everything was banging on his window, and you know, like he was very frustrated. He never could get his rest.
So he was MGM, was he?
Yes, he was an MGM character. And Talking Heads played their first show 50 years ago today. That's what the internet is. Yeah. You can't believe everything you see on the internet, you know.
You can't.
No, and I have proof. I will show you. Look at this. Some 70s sing-along classic by Paul McCartney has been erased for being culturally insensitive.
Oh no! What was it?
I have no idea. Like
Which Paul McCartney song would it be?
What Paul McCartney song has been banned due to racial insensitivity?
Yeah, they're going to control what we hear, what we see, what we say. You know, welcome to China.
The only thing I can, well, it says it's a sing along, like, but you know, like the only thing I can remember being taken off for racial insensitivity is Brown Sugar. And that's not Paul McCartney.
Maybe keep Ireland, take Ireland back to the Irish or something, or.
Well, that was banned for political reasons.
Yeah, that was an early single.
That never got played anyway. You don't need to ban that. Nobody's gonna play it anyway.
I think Brown Sugar actually got banned. The Stones decided not to play it anymore, but I don't think it ever actually got banned.
No,
I remember was Money for Nothing. It was banned for a while, and then they brought it back. But you know,
a Paul McCartney song that's a sing-along has been.
They
I am
still
not
put
able
Walk
to.
on the Wild Side on the radio, and you'd think these days they wouldn't. They do.
Steve Miller had to redo the vocal on Jet Airliner because they took the SH word out, and he had to say kicks going down the city. But that was a re-record.
That was just his record label. That wasn't banned. But no, we'll do that for the single.
Yeah.
They put the single on the greatest hits. I hate when they do that. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, but if you got the album, the original album doesn't matter.
Well, it's like Billy Joel's greatest hits. They chopped My Life into little pieces for the single. Some of the worst edits I've ever heard on a record. And what do they put on Billy Joel's greatest hits? The single version. It's horrible. If you edit it okay, then I don't mind, but you can definitely hear the chops, and it's
one of the worst ones was Won't Get Fooled Again, where they cut it down to like 3.5 minutes. It's like it's an 8-minute song, and it's like, oh my god.
They want to fit it on a single though.
Well, I get that. But
singles, a lot of people don't know this. There are singles that came out both ways, like in the long version and the short version at the same time. It depended on where you were. One coast got the long version and one coast got the a 2-minute 45 version of Layla on 45, the full 7-10 minute version. Same thing with Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. There's a version in there. The Animals, House of the Rising Sun got edited too, but there's also a long version on 40.
Well, with Layla, all they did was cut Jim Gordon's piano part off at the end.
It fades. It fades before that.
It fades out just as it comes in.
Yeah, it fades about 2:45. It goes.
Yeah.
Well, that's cutting down a long song.
But for like Billy Joel's greatest hits, the long version of Piano Man is on the greatest hits, and I'm like, I would have been fine with the single on the greatest hits of that one. They did a good job editing it. I don't get it. But, well, even McCartney with Little Luck. With Little Luck was not edited on 45. Only the promo DJ 45 was edited. They took the whole instrumental bit out. But then what did they put on All the Best? They put the edited DJ version on All the Best. And it's like, that was never a thing. That never came out before. Why are you putting Junior's Farm too, actually? Junior's Farm, they did the same thing. The DJ version was edited. And that wound up on there as well. Why?
Her Majesty is an edited single, in the back of the cereal box. Yeah, we have a Tim rant going. We have a Tim rant.
There's quite a few, and some I think they just got wrong. When Columbia Records reissued Silly Love Songs as a 45, they used the DJ edit, but I think that's just a mistake. I don't think they did it on purpose. I just think they didn't know any better, and that's what they used. But
I didn't know until yesterday that there was such a furor about Wingspan.
There isn't. It's just people are just trying to get views. There's no furor about
Fear about what? What was it?
About
Wingspan.
Because it should be all wings and no Paul McCartney.
Well, I agree. It should be all wings, but it's not a furor. Nobody really.
Well, I guess some people are like
20 years ago, 25 years ago. Who cares?
I don't know. I'd never thought of it before.
Because
apparently I found out.
Well, I did at the time. At the time, I was like, "What's this doing on there? What's this doing on there? What's this doing on there?" It's Wingspan.
I figure Wings is Paul McCartney anyway. So I don't know. It's the life and sad endings of edited records.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, on that Wingspan, your favorites are always left off. You know, there's 1 or 2 songs you wish was on there, but they left off.
Oh, that's like every greatest hits.
Oh, I know.
That's every greatest hits, and I always say I think most of the time they leave 1 or 2 off on purpose. They're usually on their most successful album. So if you're going to buy a greatest hits, at least you're going to buy their most successful album as well. So you're going to buy 2 things anyway.
Yeah, like the best of George Harrison with half Beatles stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't blame them for that actually. That only came out because George was leaving the label. They were all pretty much leaving the label. So what do? You put a greatest hits out. But George, you can't say that all of George's hits are not on his greatest hits album, because they are.
From that point.
Yeah. So
Jeff, you should know by now.
I know.
Oh.
I forgot. I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about this weather that's coming in.
You're that far away from getting fired.
My package is 5 stops away now.
But people, I've seen videos about
you're in the basement with me now.
And these people are like, well, they could have. It didn't come out till '76. They could have put Cracker Box Palace and this song on it. Well, they're on a different label for one thing.
Yeah.
Let's start there. They're not on the same label. I get so tired of all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. And now apparently there's a thread going around is, what would you do with Let It Roll? Because I don't like Let It Roll. So what's wrong with Let It Roll? I mean, there's some omissions, yeah, but I think but everybody I've seen want to redo. They want to add even more All Things Must Pass tracks to it. It's already like a third All Things Must Pass, and everybody that redoes it adds more. They take other stuff off and add more, and I'm like, why?
Well, here's the stupid part about it. Like, everybody has the technology to do that if they want. All you need is a CD burner.
Yeah,
you can create, or like a cassette recorder. You can create your own albums and be happy and just whatever.
I do it every day of my life. I don't understand.
I don't know.
I won't say who did it, but for me, the silliest thing that somebody wanted to do, I won't say who it is, but they took off I Don't Want to Do It and put on Isn't It a Pity? I Don't Want to Do It is a fairly rare track. It's the only place you can get it, really. Why would you take it off of there for Isn't It a Pity? We've already got like 5 or 6 songs from All Things Must Pass on there anyway.
It depends on what version of Isn't It a Pity, though, because there is a difference.
Well, yeah. Everybody goes.
It goes back, all these silly conversations like, oh, wow, let's make the White Album a single album. And here we go again. It's like, we'll take this, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh, jeez.
We ran out of ideas.
Just leave it alone,
Old controversial.
Maybe we should add some rouge to, the Mona Lisa's lips and make them a little more obvious or whatever.
And the people that do it are the same people that complain about the remixes and stuff. They go, oh, they changed this and they changed this and they changed this. In their mind, changing everything all the time. And I'm
the technology exists now where you can create any album you want. So just go do it.
Do it. Don't wait for them to do it because you won't be satisfied anyway.
Yeah. My only fault with it does. Cracker Box Palace isn't on Let It Roll. It should be. They're not wrong. And Dark Horse should probably be on it. And I think there was one other.
There's a bunch of that George stuff on one of those websites, Tim, you and I have been talking about. I can't remember which one, but there's a whole bunch of like non-album tracks and stuff. I think it was on albums that should exist.
And don't.
I It could have been that, I think, or either that or Professor Stoned. It was one of those. But there's 2 or 3 George Harrison albums that have all these rare tracks on them. It's all you got to do is download this stuff and burn a CD, and you got what you want.
Yeah.
Well, I downloaded that Beatles, the Lost album, the 113 disc bootleg. I downloaded that. I finished that. I've got it all now. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do with it?
I got 5 of them, or 5 or 6. I got to get back and finish that off.
What am I going to do with them now that I got it, though?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Listen,
but I have played a few things, and there are a few interesting things on it that I was like, okay, I hadn't heard this before, and this is interesting. And there are some people that are doing their own mixes on it, and some of those mixes are pretty good, and some of them aren't. But there are some glaring omissions too. But it's supposedly everything, and like so. I looked for because there's a lot of release stuff on there. They say there's not, but there is. There's a ton of release stuff on there. So I went and looked for a few glaring things. All My Loving with the hi-hat intro. Nope, not on there. I looked for Not Guilty, the full-length version. Not on there.
I got up to volume 5, so I gotta get the other 3 more to go. I guess 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, the last one, there's almost nothing on it. The last one is mostly artwork for the whole thing and liner notes and stuff. Okay. And then there's a few tracks, but not very many. I think there might be less than 10 tracks on the whole.
That was on Butterboy, right? Is that where we got those?
Yeah. But yeah, I got the whole thing, and some of it was interesting. It was a good version of Here Comes the Sun, but I don't remember what made it so good, but something did. I
downloaded all mine in one night. I downloaded the Brave browser, and you can switch VPNs from all the different countries. So you can do it from one country and then do it from another and do it from another. You can download a whole slew of things. You don't have time restrictions.
I just decided 6 gigs a day is enough,
because you do have a limit, right?
Yeah, I filled up 2 62 gig hard drives from that site, plus the Beatles. That's not counting the Beatles 113 discs and some other stuff I bought. So I've got a lot of stuff from that, guys. I need to get
You need to listen to it.
Well, what I want to do is, I've got it on 2 already, but I want to get a 256 gig thumb drive. I think that's probably about the biggest my car will play, and put it all in one place so I can just hit the random button and whatever comes on forever. I mean. I mean, I can still do it, but I've got it on 2 different ones already. I've got it on 262s.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I can remember when I bought that George Harrison best of way back when it came out, because they left some hits off of it.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, that's what people are complaining about.
So James says, I like George's demo of Sour Milk Sea. Now, there's an interesting rehash of that, and it's not actually AI, but they've taken Jackie Lomax's recording of that, because George, Paul, and Ringo are on it.
Yes.
And they took Jackie Lomax's voice out and took George's voice from his demo and put it on. And then they added some background vocals, I think, from Helter Skelter, which included John on this track. So they've from all these different sources, they've created a new Beatles track with all 4 Beatles on it, which I found really cool. And it sounds good. Like you can find it on YouTube. It sounds really good.
I just read about that either today or yesterday in the George book I'm reading by Philip Norman. Yeah. And they go to record this, and Jackie Lomax didn't want to do it. He didn't want to sing it because he'd been in the control room and watched them do the track, and he's like, plus, but it's not only the three Beatles. You got Eric Clapton on it, and there was somebody else really famous on it too. I forget. And he's like, and this is his first record, you know. He's like, "You want me to sing over that?" He's like,
a little intimidating, right?
He's like, I'm not worthy. I just watched three Beatles and Eric Clapton, and now you want me to sing?
A little intimidating.
George like, no, you'll be fine. You know, he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, if you're looking, just look for Beatles Sour Milk Sea on YouTube, and you should find it. And it does. It sounds pretty damn good. And it's not AI. They've used traditional technology to do this.
Yeah.
Nothing has been manufactured. They've just taken bits and pieces and put it together. I imagine the biggest challenge would have been getting rid of Jackie Lomax's voice and putting Ringo's in instead. But you know, if you had the separation, again, that would be
that software that's around now. That's the easiest part of it, actually.
Well, the software makes it easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds pretty decent, actually.
Yeah, that's the other thing I looked for on the Lost Beatles album. I looked for an alternate version of With a Little Help from My Friends with a vocal, and there isn't one. But what there is the version from the box set. It's an instrumental, and there is the Ringo album vocal, sans music, just the vocal. So I can do that. I can put those two together and come up with my own version with a little help from my friends.
I am sorry I got called away because somebody saw somebody sitting by my car.
Oh.
Somebody's sitting out by your car on the curb and looks suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh yeah, I see him. I tell you what, I'll get out my little fob and start the car beeping. You see what he does?
Mm-hmm.
Beep, beep, beep. And he got up and walked away.
Okay.
So
was he just sitting there?
He was sitting on the curb behind my car.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Maybe waiting for somebody or something.
We have no idea, but
waiting for a ride, or
we have a lot of homeless people in the area.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So like he's been sitting there for a while, and I see. Well, I'll just start the car alarm.
That's weird because you got to park right beside your apartment, don't you? Basically.
Oh yeah, but sometimes they camp out there. Sometimes they camp out in the dumpster. You know?
Oh, Jesus.
But no, he was sitting behind my car. So I started the beep thing, and he just like.
You can't let them camp out in the dumpster because that's where you get half your CDs.
Oh, no, I know.
They could have got your Beatles pillow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Luckily, wrong side. I got it. Yeah, but anyway, he just kind of like, what the hell?
He left.
The car was beeping at me, and he got up and took off. So.
Oh, there you go.
That's what that was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he's still talking about Boo Boo being out the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and another thing was, remember back on Sunday we had a big melee here with the fire engines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know, they had the street blocked off and all this kind of stuff. And I thought, boy, in the morning, I can't wait to go down there and see what happened, because that's a video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So next morning I got up, pulled clothes on, went for a walk down the next block, and I couldn't find a darn thing.
False alarm.
What was burning? What was the big thing? I never found out. So what they had the road blocked off for, and all the fire engines and all the, oh well, didn't find a dang thing.
Well, there you go.
I thought that was a video for sure.
Mhm.
Couldn't find a darn thing. So it ended up, oh, look, here comes Santa Claus.
I can see Doc going to a fire and videotaping it and getting arrested for suspicion of arson.
Probably. See what I done? This is mine. I did this.
I did it. No, you didn't. Yeah.
Why are you filming this? What are you doing here?
I,
My YouTube channel. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
no, I had a guy come out to, there's like little old stores down, 2-3 blocks down, like old supermarket that was divided into about 4 little stores or something like that. And the one is a art store. And I was walking by and they had a sign in the window and I don't remember what it said, but it was something like kind of silly and stupid. I thought, that's a video. So I get out the thing and I'm sitting there like trying to record it. And all of a sudden this guy come out, the big burly guy too. Ooh, scary. What are you doing here? What are you doing? I said, you get out of here. I mean, yikes. So I don't remember what the sign was about, but I was shooed away. Keep that Canada fire smoke away from my house. We've got it here too.
I second that.
We've got it here too. It's called.
There's something going on in Manitoba right now.
Yeah, some forest fire in Manitoba.
It's early in the season. That's scary.
Oh, Tim, there's a boot that had actual separate tracks from the 4 tracks for With a Little Help from My Friends and 3 other songs from Sgt. Pepper.
Okay. Well, the reason I wanted is I like making my own things, and I've always wanted With a Little Help from My Friends with a cold start. And it just fades in from Sgt. Pepper. So, but the outtake has a cold start, but there's no vocal. So I need that.
You could make your own.
Yeah, I need that with a vocal.
Yeah, if you could isolate the vocals, you could just.
Yeah. There's very few Beatles songs that you can't do that with, but that's one. Dear Prudence used to be another one, and then the white box set came out. You get an outtake, and then the blue album came out, and now you can get it just as a separate song, which is nice.
I think With a Little Help from My Friends should be easy to chop that.
Well, I have a Russian single, and it starts off the way the Russian single starts with "What would you do if I said?" Right there, that it just starts. It's like well, that
I can hear that. I've lived here forever. No, because it builds on Billy Shears, dun, 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 and then there's where the cut is.
Yeah, but there's applause and everything there. You're just gonna cut it and start. I hate that. I hate when I'm in a bar and there's like a jukebox and people are playing live songs, and all of a sudden the song gets over, and all of a sudden you hear, and then the song ends. I hate that. Jukebox. They should be able to fade this stuff.
Get your audacity out. You can see.
I've never liked that stuff. So
I was building. I'm still working on building a Guess Who album, and I'm using Audacity because you pull the songs from different sources and the volume levels are different, right? Yeah. So I'm using Audacity to kind of get everybody at the same level, and then some have reverb, some don't, and you're trying to correct the reverb. Some have too much reverb, some don't have enough. All this stuff. It's kind of fun to mess around with that. You can really. That's what I say. Like if you just take a little time and learn this stuff, and all the software is free, you can make your own albums, whatever you want. You don't have to say, why didn't you do this? Well, why don't you do it? Like that's
overcomplicated to me.
Yeah. So make your own Bruce Springsteen album and put Aretha Franklin on it.
Well, I make my own CDs, but I use a CD recorder. I don't use my computer. So.
Oh, see. The rest of us have Audacity, and we can do that kind of stuff.
Well, Audacity is really good. You can do all sorts of really neat things, but it takes time to learn it. But
yeah, it looks really complicated, and
it's not. It's not complicated at all, and there's lots of good YouTube videos on it. It's actually really user friendly.
Well, I've watched a couple on it, and they're using word terms I don't understand, and then they're just doing this, and I never find any that actually do with it what I want to do with it. They're always doing DJ kind of stuff, you know. I'm not
right,
like, like matching beats, and that isn't what I want to do.
It's not,
you might have to get the buying version of Audacity, because they only give you so many things to use, and then if you want to do this, you have to buy it so you can get all the features.
I tell you, everything I've ever wanted to do, it's there. Like, unless you want to get into some really complicated and sophisticated things. It's all there, and if all you're doing is making music CDs, you don't need to buy it. Everything you need is right there. It's really quite easy.
Yeah, I can take a mono track and split it into stereo.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Because every once in a while I say, I can use that, and I download, and when I get it, it's only on one left channel only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going I need 2 channels. So
yeah,
I can do that. I have to mess around with it to do it because I never remember how to do it in the first place. Because you only do that so many times a year. It's like, how do you do this again? How do you get 1 channel into 2? After you mess around a while, you'll get it, but it'll take a while.
Yeah, it does. I got a couple of Guess Who songs I have to redo because the album had reverb, and I tried to match. I got too much reverb on the songs. I'm adding additional songs to the album, so I have to go back and reduce the reverb.
If it has spyware in it, I have been spied on for years. I've had that for years.
Just the internet has spyware. I mean,
wow, your phone.
They're listening to us right. They're listening to us right now.
Your phone has spyware. Everything,
Get over my car.
And if you're not doing anything, illegal or it's gonna cause a terrorist attack, you got nothing to worry about.
Exactly. I mean,
I don't approve. Don't get me wrong. It's wrong.
Rick 9G for 5 minutes, and then when you're done, you go to your YouTube feed, and there'll be a new Rick 9G video for you to watch.
Oh dear!
Believe me, they're listening. You don't have to show anything. You don't have to. They're listening.
Well,
AI is listening.
It's not even AI. It's some very old technology. Like when
but what I'm saying, bots are listening. People aren't listening.
Yeah.
People are paranoid that somebody's listening. No, there's not enough people in the world to listen to everybody in the world.
But
technology is.
That's what cookies are all about. They're just text. They're just text files that get loaded to your browser. So when you return to a website, they retrieve these from the URL, the associated URL, and they can see what you did last time you're here. That's how when you go to a site and you're buying things,
for what?
They use it to customize the ad. So let's say I go to Indigo and I buy a book, right? It's a book on the Beatles. The next time I return to that site, I'll get ads promoting Beatle books.
Weird.
And it's because when I went there, what I purchased was stored in a cookie, which was then sent and saved on my machine. And then when I returned, they retrieved that cookie. So he bought Beatle books, so we're gonna pop up Beatle ads on Beatle books. And that's been going on for decades. That's just using simple technology. I used to teach this stuff. That's how I know all about it. But it's really simple technology. But that's why you should always clean out your cookies. Like clean all your temp files and all your cookies out, because that's the stuff that they retrieve later on to find out what you've been doing.
See, now James Farley is getting ads now for snack foods with wasabi peas in it.
Yeah.
You
Turn
probably,
off your computer.
I mean, they listen.
Yeah. I don't even know how to clean out my cache anymore.
Well,
Where-
there's an option in Windows. You can actually go into your browser caches and you can clean out your browser. And
Yeah, I did that years ago, but I mean with the new.
It's still there. You can still do it. It's not. It's. You go to your browser settings. That's where you can do it. You go to your browser settings. Whatever browser you're using, it's stored in your browser folders. It's not stored in your system folders. It's stored with the browser files. And you can delete it that way. Or there's software you can download that does that. They just go clean out all the. You just click a button and it goes and cleans out all your browser caches and all your cookies and everything. You know?
Is that like a detergent?
Software that does that.
No wonder I'm getting some of these stupid things. You know? I have another one there that we haven't discussed yet.
It's part of why you keep getting Rick 9G stuff. It's probably because it came up before, and that information is being stored on your computer.
Well, I haven't seen a Rick 9G video for a while, so I must have not mentioned them, but I'm doing.
Well, sometimes they're time bombed as well. You know, like they'll automatically delete after a period of time as well.
Yeah. So what's the number one song that makes men cry?
Wouldn't know.
You know my name. Look up my number.
Well, no, I would probably say it's Revolution 9. But who's the lady? Who is that lady there?
Who's that?
Looks like, is that Kate Bush?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Kate Bush.
Oh, okay. So Kate Bush does a song that makes men cry.
Well,
Wuthering Heights, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Is it Kate Bush? Show the picture.
I think it's Kate Bush.
Rick 90
is a fan of the Professor of Rock.
Well, I am too. So
whatever, but I don't know. I didn't know who the lady was, but okay, if you say it's Kate Bush,
I think it's Kate Bush.
Okay, but she does a song with
or This Woman's Work. This Woman's Work is a song that could make people cry.
I don't know the song, so I'm not crying.
Well, this woman's work was used in the film She's Having a Baby at the end. It's very sad.
You're having my baby?
No. She's having a baby.
That would make me cry, yeah. No, the only song that I know of that makes me cry is Go West by the Pet Shop.
Yeah, that is the Kate Bush tune. Man with a Child in His Eyes.
Ah, Woman's Work is powerful.
Yeah. I know what song makes me cry, but I'm not going to mention it.
Because we'll have it featured on Sunday. Well, but you know, like who's gonna click on that thing and sit for 33 minutes to find out what song makes men cry?
Somebody that wants to watch it.
Or either that.
When I was a kid, I always got emotional with She's Leaving Home. I always thought it was such a sad story.
But I mean, otherwise you could click on it and scroll 33 minutes to the end and find out what the answer is. But it still counts as a click, though. So he wins either way.
You guys are going to think I'm nuts, but I'll tell you a song that used to bring a little tear to my eye, but it was a happy tear. It wasn't a sad tear. And you're gonna like, no way, but this is true. Harper Valley PTA. At the end, when the mother goes into the meeting and gets hers back from everybody, it just used to make me so happy.
Yeah.
Like, good for her.
Yeah, the Edmund Fitzgerald, that's a sad song. I don't think you can argue that.
Can't argue that.
29 men died. That's pretty sad.
There are lots of sad songs out there, but other than
you maybe heard the story, but apparently as more facts came to life about the Edmund Fitzgerald, Lightfoot got some of the facts wrong in the original song, and he actually corrected them. Like when he did live concerts, he actually corrected the lyrics out of respect for the people, the survivors. I don't think he ever re-recorded it that way, but as more information came forward, he would.
Yeah, well, once it's been recorded, it's like it's done.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever re-recorded it to recorrect it. But he did do it live. He actually changed the lyrics to be accurate.
Oh, well, that's all I could find from the Professor of Rock for this week so far. So, of course, he's always in the little corner, this little corner going.
Yeah, If You Could Read My Mind is powerful song, powerful lyrics, very, very emotional.
It did well too.
I think it speaks to a lot of people. That's the thing about. Well, that's the thing about a lot of Gordon Lightfoot's music. It spoke to people. So.
I'm just trying to remember what Richard Dolan said. He was a great American poet.
Well, okay.
Something like that. I forget exactly what it was. He might have said. I guess it was when he died. He decided to do a tribute or something like that. I'd like to talk about
Did his research first.
Yeah.
American poets just love to sing about the Canadian Railroad trilogy. Bob Dylan called him his favorite. Bob Dylan called him his favorite songwriter.
Yeah, well,
which is kind of
oh crap! Who was it? I hate when names fail me, but
it's got a migraine.
It's a migraine of not being able.
It hurts.
It's okay, Doc. We have a few minutes left.
Just one more thing, ma'am. Just one more thing.
Who was it? Phil Spector's wife? Damn.
Ronnie's.
Yeah. Well, let's say it was Ronnie Spector. I forget exactly.
Yeah.
It might have been Ronnie Spector, but anyway, he said of Ronnie Spector, a great Motown artist. And I went, no. She was from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
She was a Motown.
Yeah, she was not Motown. I'm sorry. I live near Motown. I should know.
Never been. Now, Soupy Sales is a great Motown artist.
Sure. He's in the window.
Thursday, Soupy Sales.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he did one singing album that I know of, and it is on Motown Records. Why? I have no idea, but it is.
And it was on display in the Motown window when I was there.
And I think it's called something like A Bag Full of Soup or something like that.
Soup.
Oh, hey, there you go. Find a Bag Full of Soup album. Yeah.
What I imagine being in the window, the cover's all faded from the sun.
Yeah,
well, it is.
Motown for whatever reason, and it's not good. It's not. It's about on par with like the Telly Savalas albums.
Okay.
Or the Chet Everett album. Chad Everett. He did one. He did one. It's about on par with those.
I'm sure that went over well.
It might be slightly better than the Burt Reynolds album, and it's definitely better than the Joey Bishop album.
Mm-hmm.
The Scott Baio sings or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was cleaning out the music room one time. I found the single of "If" by Telly Savalas, and I put it in rotation, oldies rotation.
Oh.
So I don't know if anybody ever played it, but I thought, what's this doing in there?
Says, hey kids, look for the pictures of George Washington.
Send them to me. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of records.
Oh, man, he got a Snoopy Sales collection.
Yeah, my Snoopy Sales collection, aka Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh, ooh.
So you want to see my Gordon Lightfoot collection?
Yeah, we got time.
Well, I was hoping it was Snoopy Sales.
Yeah. So this came out years later, but this is called Early Lightfoot. The stuff he did before he even had a record contract, I think. There's an album called The Village Square, and it's by the Two Tones, and it's Gordon Lightfoot and his partner at that point. I only had that on a digital. I don't have a record of that, but it's kind of his first recording. But this is kind of cool. This was released years later. I can't say when, but it was. And then we have his first United Artists album.
Mm-hmm.
That's stereo, and I think I've got. I guess I only have the one. Wait a minute. Hang on. How come I got? So for some reason, I have 3 copies of this. I don't know why. Stereo, and they're all stereo. I don't know why I had 3 copies of this, folks.
Weird.
I have no idea, but there they are.
That's time to trade you into the record store.
And I don't have a mono copy. I'm pretty sure it did come out on mono too, but it's got the black stereo United Artists. That's the same label that Hard Day's Night came out on.
Maybe one's on colored vinyl.
Yeah. No, it's not. They're all original releases. I don't know why I got 3 of them. I'll have to figure that one out.
Weird.
Oh, my brain hurts sometimes. I just don't know. Get in there. Just don't be doing that. Okay. And then his next United Artists album. You can see there.
The Way I Feel.
And then his third United Artists album.
Ooh, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Mention My Name. You might know that song.
Huh.
And then Back to Earth. This was his last album, studio album with United Artists. And then he came out because of contract obligations. He came out with Sunday Concert. He owed them another album, so he did a live album. And then
easy way to do it.
I don't know why I bought this. I just picked this up. It must have been cheap, but this is all his United Artists stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he switched to Warner Brothers, or Reprise, which is
Mm-hmm.
and so this album came out called Sit Down Young Stranger. And this is the one with You Could Read My Mind. And the record company said to him, you have to change the title of the album. And he said no, because he was very, committed to his art. And he said, no, I'm not changing that. And I forget how they put it to him, but it was like the difference was like millions of dollars. So because You Could Read My Mind came out as a single, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they actually retitled it If You Could Read My Mind. But this is the original pressing, which was around for about just a few months before they made him change the title. And I don't have the If You Could Read My Mind version of it, but if I see one, I'm going to pick it up just to have it. But this was the original title.
And that's worth millions and millions of pennies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, they told him that it was like the difference between having X number of dollars and 8 times X.
Yeah.
I think that's the way they put it. You can have X number of dollars, or you can have 8 times X number of dollars.
Wow.
And so he decided it was a good idea to change the title. And then Summerside of Life. You might know that song. That's a really good song. I like that song.
He looks mean
Big
there.
close-up of him.
Ooh, take it away, take it away.
And I love this album, Don Quixote. It's a great album. And so is this one. I like old Dan's records even more. This is really good stuff. This would have been like 72. He was doing this stuff. And then, of course, the big one, Sundown, which had Sundown and Carefree Highway was from this. Those were really big songs for him. You notice his 12-string? His 12-string guitar.
That's great.
And then Gord's Gold. A lot of people have it.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, I know, Tim, you know this, but the stuff from the United Artists, he actually, because of copyright, he had to re-record them. So he recorded the United Artists tracks, re-recorded them for this album. So basically the first record is all re-recordings of his early songs, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that he did that.
Well, that was common practice once upon a time, but it was fading. It was fading by the time that happened, but once upon a time, that was just common practice.
Yeah. So, and then, of course, the Edmund Fitzgerald album. So we're up to, like, what was that, 75? And then Cold on Your Shoulder. And then Endless Wire.
Boy, there's a question.
What?
How many number ones did he have?
Well, I don't know. You have to look that up.
I don't know. I gotta get my book out.
Dream Street, Rose. Gar was drinking pretty heavy during this period.
I'd be willing to bet way more in Canada than America. I'd be willing to bet that.
Shadows, and this would have been mid-'80s. And Salute.
Well, he would have got a lot more airplay in Canada, but
East of Eden. And then Gord's Gold, too.
Oh, hey, guess what? He did have a number one record.
Yeah, and this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a radio station promo copy.
Promo, yeah.
So you got that. And then he did a couple albums that I think have only come out on CD, which I have, but they're on my CD shelf, so I didn't get them. And then a few years ago, they released this one, which I believe is live recordings. And his voice was still pretty good. And then the last one they released after he passed away, and his voice isn't good at all. But he insisted they not do anything with it. He insisted that this is the way I sing, and good or bad, this is the way I want it put out, and that they honored that. So this was kind of the last recordings that he did. Yeah, so that's a lot of Lightfoot. That's heavy. That's heavy.
That's a lot of Lightfoot.
That's heavy foot.
Yes, he did have a number one single. It was Sundown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think If You Could Read My Mind even made it to number one.
No.
It was big in Canada. It would have been Canada.
Or the Rock of the Edmund Fitzgerald, just because it's one of those songs that if you loved it, you loved it. But if you didn't love it, you didn't love it.
Well, the problem with that is it's long. Like, it's over 6 minutes long, and I don't think it got enough radio play to make
it got tons of airplay around, at least where I live, but it's one of those records that a lot of people aren't going to buy it, you know.
It makes them cry.
Yeah,
but it did make it to number 3.
They bought the album, that's for sure, because that album sold really well.
It did make it to album. It did make it to number 2. Yes. Okay. But hey, guess what, kids? It's time to put this episode of Thursday Night Soup back in the can. Yes, exactly. So please like to thank our guests here, the illustrious Tim Allen
and the rest.
Jeff, what are you doing down there?
He got banished to the basement with me.
Yeah, banished. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I was late grabbing my partridge family.
Yeah.
Gee, that was an hour ago. I hadn't even noticed.
It was a heavy sentence.
Yeah. It was the shuffle that I never noticed. Okay, and Gur was here too.
Yeah.
So and anyway, thank you all for watching.
From my basement.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, Kimball.
Oh, thank you.
Good night,
Thank you.
James.
Have a good night. See you
Thank
later.
Awesome.
Yeah, watch the replay a few times. That'll
Yeah, I'll
help.
be right there.
Like and subscribe and all that kind of fun stuff. So take care, everyone. We'll see you Sunday. Sunday. Okay. So let me scroll and find something to say good night button.
The good night button. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I found my good night button. Good night.
Bye.
That's all, folks.
Dang.
Mhm.
Package has been delivered.
We're still live, Doc. Just so
I
you
know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, I did not get it.
Oh. Good thing I didn't tell my dirty joke.
What?